Global Birth Community Doula Training is such a joy for me. I love the in-person trainings because you get to experience different instructors, different trainers. You get a lecture phase in the classroom where you get to learn the knowledge and expand your education and build confidence at the beginning. We really like to encourage everyone through lots of information, different modules. Classes are usually 45 minutes each. And we have different instructors that we rotate through. And then at the end of the day, we do hands-on skills where we talk about all things birth, postpartum, newborn, mom, recovery, all the things. Each training is unique to the location. So we have domestic US trainings and international locations all over the world. And we put together a team and we cultivate that specifically for the people that we're serving, the people that will be training, and the community and culture in which we're in. Each one is planned out and made specifically for that location. So that's kind of how we progress through. We cover everything from pregnancy, trimesters, stages of labor, labor interventions, labor options. We talk about pushing, postpartum, newborn care, postpartum recovery for birth, C-sections, home birth versus birth center births and hospital births. We talk about other things as well where we add on bereavement training, because if you do this work for very long, you will come across families who experience loss. So we want to give you tools for that. We also go into debriefing births and how do we do that well with our clients so they can process through a good birth or maybe a traumatic birth and everything in between. We also add in postpartum nutrition and pregnancy nutrition, lactation and breastfeeding and bottle feeding, all of the things involved with feeding your baby. We really try to touch through everything. We really believe that birth work is ministry. So we talk about what does that look like as a believer? How do we integrate that into being a doula, serving, coming alongside of women during this special season? Really, we ask the community that we're going to serve and we say, how can we best serve you? How can we come alongside of you in your doula journey? What do you want to learn? What do you want to know? We spend a good session on postpartum mood and anxiety disorders, which especially in other countries aren't talked about that much. And so we also leave space at the end to be able to add in courses. I love this. We learned this the hard way. But as we talk to these communities, as we talk to these different women serving in different areas, we ask them on day 1 and day 2, what else do you want to know? What else do you want to learn? And we leave sessions open on day 3 or day 4 to be able to integrate whatever information that they want more access to, more skills on. This way, we can specifically make it targeted for the women that we are teaching in that moment. And so every doula training is a little unique. It's cultural specific. It is need specific. So if we're training within a small organization, we build it around that. If we're training within a certain culture or country, we make it specific to that. And so we usually take anywhere from 6 to 12 months to build the right team and develop the right curriculum for that specific training. And so you get the basics no matter where you're taking it, but it does tweak a little bit different depending on what the students want and the needs of that area. So our goal really is to equip, train, encourage, and motivate you to go out and serve families well with confidence, with skills, and with everything you need to get started. So we have morning sessions, lunch, and then we have afternoon sessions, and we always end with hands-on activities to really learn. So at the end of the first day, we talk about the pelvic inlet. How do we get that baby into the inlet to really get labor going and get active labor going? And then on day 2, we start out again, we have our lecture in the morning, we have breaks, we have lunch, afternoon lecture, and then we go to mid-pelvis. So once that baby's really in the mid-pelvis and labor is really active, how do we help give baby more space to move down and through? So then we practice those techniques and those comfort measures. And then on day 3, we really pack it out with even more information that's really helpful to just apply. And then at the end of the day, we talk about the outlet. How do we give more space during transition into pushing, and how do we help that baby out, literally and figuratively? I think is everyone's favorite part when we break down the body mechanics of labor and birth and how the pelvis works and how we can move it and manipulate it to help baby pass through and have a shorter labor. And that's what everybody wants. Birth is a special season where women can come alongside of women. And so we want to give them all the tools that we can and as much time as we have. So if that's a 3-day conference, a 4-day conference, or a 5-day workshop, we want to add in everything that we can. We add in the ministry aspects of how we integrate our faith as believers, how we give hope in bereavement and loss. We want to integrate anything that's local. That's why we bring in local expertise like the local midwives to talk about what is birth like in this location? What's unique about this location? What do you need to know? And then we also add in the business aspect because doulas are usually sole proprietors that run their own small business. And just because we want to love and serve women doesn't mean we might not have all the business tools and techniques. So we add that in too. So even though we see birth work as ministry, we also give all the tools to be able to successfully run a business and build that however we want. So at Global Birth Community, we are growing, and currently we offer birth doula training, postpartum doula training, and bereavement doula training, all from a Christian perspective and worldview. And we're adding more things in 2026 and beyond. So if you want to find out more, if you're interested in doing an in-person training, if you want to host in-person training, whether you're in the US, Canada, or overseas, or if you want to take an online training, reach out. You can find us at globalbirthcommunity.com or hello@globalbirthcommunity.com if you want to send an email and learn more about what we're doing and the collaborations that we have with other birth professionals. We'd love to come alongside and doula you as you doula families in your community.